All right, Brandon. Hot read time. I believe, now, quote me if I'm wrong, since start of 2023, 50, 32, 61%. Not too shabby. What are you looking at?
Yeah, we finally got another 2-0 week, only our second one of the year. And we went with the Seattle, easy one to end the night with. And then we had Texans under. So let's go right back to the well. Texans, Jaguars, under 39.5 at DraftKings, just minus 110. Already dropping at some books, so I want to grab that one right away. Just going to keep riding the Texans under train. Not only is their defense great, but their offense is bad, and now Stroud is hurt. So maybe Stroud ends up missing the game in concussion protocol. You never know how quickly guys come out of that. Obviously, if we get Davis Mills here, I'm going to like that for this play. Already, this total is 41.5. This morning, it's down 2 points. I think that's counting in the Stroud injury question mark. It's 39, 38.5 some books. Look, Jacksonville's offense just came out of the bye week, and I know the fourth quarter and overtime count, but they did not look good through 3 quarters against the Raiders. They looked bad against the Raiders. So this is not great. Travis Hunter is out. Brian Thomas Jr. is injured. We don't know if he's going to play. They're not going to be able to pass at all against the Houston defense that's been incredible against the pass. And then Jacksonville's run defense has been really good. So if it is Davis Mills, it's all on Davis Mills to be the offense in this game. I just don't see that going well for either team. Last 7 games in this division rivalry, 35.3 points a game. So we're getting some ugly ones here. All but one of those 45 or below. We need 39 or below, but we've had a 34, a 27, and we've had a 19 in this series. And we know we're going under with Texans, 6-2 to the under this season. They had the one Baltimore game, 54 points. Otherwise, they're averaging on the season 33.6 points a game. Both teams in Texans games. We've already had 5 games below this number and a 41. So nearly 6 games below this number. Jacksonville's had a 42, a 36, 32, 30, or 27. And yeah, it was 9-6 against the Raiders coming out of the bye week in this one until it went crazy late. So if you want to wait here, I will say Jacksonville is 6-2 to the first half under. So if you're afraid about that late Jacksonville explosion, maybe you want just the first half under. I don't mind that, but the total is dropping already. I don't think you want to wait around. Once you get below 40, every point's going to matter, especially indoors here. So I'm going to grab it now, under 39.5, Houston and Jacksonville. What do you think?
I like it. I don't know how you take overs with Jacksonville at this point. And I feel like the spread in the game is a little light as well. Like if Thomas's injury does keep him limited, 1.5 for Houston, who feels like they're getting healthier, I believe. I didn't look at the injury report today, but I would think that's a little light. I might even look at Houston and the under in that situation, but I agree with you.
Yeah, I mean, I actually had circled. The reason I came to this game is I wanted a Texans play, but I can't bet the Texans without Stroud. Like Davis Mills as a favorite in any NFL game, I may have to sit that one out. But I agree, my number is still like Houston there. I looked at just Houston money line. I'd rather just play the under now. And, if it is Stroud, I probably would not mind coming back on the Texans play as well. For my other hot read today, going with 2 teams from games that only you talked about at the very end of our rundown today. Rams, Niners. Give me the Rams, -3 on the road in San Fran. Look, I would love a -2.5, but I don't think it's coming, and I don't think we're going to wait around for it. These teams are going in opposite directions right now. You mentioned Michael Williams, the best defensive lineman left on the Niners. He's gone. Nick Bosa's gone. Fred Warner's gone. They're missing like 5 other starters. This is my number 32 defense, like with a bullet. They're getting worse now. And I think the Niners are kind of like a worse version of Dallas. They're an awful defense with a good offense that's not even a great offense like Dallas's can be at times. They're not good on special teams. Normally that'd be an area that you would have on the Rams. The Rams doing better there despite Cardi's kicking like you mentioned. And I had the same note you did. Suddenly Brock Purdy's not even close to coming back or whatever that means as well. So maybe that's coach speak, but I got to take it as it is. I think the Rams have a case as the best team in football. We started with the Seahawks at the beginning of our show. I think the Rams have as good a case as anybody. They entered the weekend top quarter of the league, offense and defense, running and passing by DVOA, and then they coasted in this game. We bet Rams to lead at the end of every quarter. It's like the easiest bet I've had all season long, granted against the Saints, but the way that the 49ers are playing right now, I know they won comfortably today, but I'm not sure they're closer to the Saints than the Rams. Let's put it that way. And what are the Niners better at? They're better at having McCaffrey and Kittle, and that's it. Like, no other position is better. They're not better on any particular unit. They're not better on special teams. And you used to be able to argue in this matchup, well, they got Shanahan, though. You always take Shanahan against McVay. That was a tried and true thing until 10-3 ATS Shanahan starting out in his career against McVay. Then McVay covered 4 in a row till that weird Thursday night game that we had like a month ago when the Rams lost in LA to like all the 49ers backups. However, that game, I think, is going to make sure the Rams have their head on straight and are focused for this one, that they got to get back for this embarrassing loss they just had. The Niners have only topped 21 points all season. That was against the Giants today, the Saints earlier, and then that Rams game. So I don't think the Niners are going to find many points here against a pretty good defense. You mentioned Matt Stafford down to 5-1 MVP. He's looking really good with Puka and Adams. The Rams are rolling. And if you're worried about the -3, I don't think you should be. Since the start of last season, the Rams have 17 wins. Against a -3 spread, they would be 15-1-1 in those games. They don't win tiny, close games. That's not McVay. He doesn't pull those out. They lose those games. If they're going to win, they're probably going to win comfortably. And remember, we keep playing alts against the Niners because when they lose by double digits. So don't be surprised if we come back with a few alts later in the week as well. But for right now, closing out today, Rams -3 at San Francisco. Take the team head in the right direction.
Scared to death every time with McVay against Shanahan. But yeah, I mean, these two rosters have never been more opposite than they are here. And there's no way they don't have their head on straight after just completely blowing that game earlier this season. So that is a decent angle there.